Now, this is the episode of all episodes. Sort of. We definitely got a lot of determination from all sides, from the villains and from our heroes. So Fear is, getting beheaded. He's losing his goddamn fucking mind because he doesn't want to fucking die. And he's a coward and a piece of shit and, more insults that to make him cry. And just as it seems like it's about to be the end for him, Tanjiro's blade sort of runs out. So it seems like plot armor comes back into fold again to save this fucking annoyance's ass. Yes, just as the blade with Nezuko's blood, the blood fire runs out, we have a dark figure from behind. Reminds me of Xehanort's figure from Kingdom Hearts 3. So this comes into play by catching Tanjiro's attention, causing him to kind of realize that this one is not like the others. And that, he is panicking because, this thing has him dead to rights, with Genya wanting to help but afraid that he'll get Tanjiro by mistake. So this thing kind of does an ability, and just like the opening, it summons what is visually amazing, dragons. Nezuko comes for the save, takes some injuries, but it is revealed to be another version of Upper Moon 4. I do love the fact that this fucking piece of shit calls our heroes, our protagonist, villains. Which brings into the play of how the villains view themselves as the heroes of their own story. An interesting quote from an interesting villain.
Everyone thinks they're the hero of their own story.
But we have Genya basically kind of think back of what was going on. He was fighting the sad one, and anger was managing to get both joy and pleasure and absorb the two into him before going for the sad one, and the sad one not wanting to be absorbed. Unfortunately, anger doesn't give a shit and still does it, causing the four to kind of fuse together in a Namekian-like way and basically become this overpowered demon that is protecting the main body. Since it knows if the main body dies, it dies too. So just as basically Genya and Tanjiro, as well as Nezuko, are now put in a position of fighting a much stronger opponent, we have the next area of things with Muichiro trapped in his issue, with Upper Moon 5 still being a prick, and basically kind of now wanting to move on because he's kind of bored of just watching Muichiro trying to drown. So Muichiro, with his last strength, attempts to do something, but he can't. So he thinks back of his master, and then suddenly a vision of Tanjiro appears to him. Just as this is going on, Upper Moon 5 just barges in. It's like, why do you bother? Because he knows that the swordsmith can't even do shit. And he goes and attacks him, basically harasses him. So he's looking for the village chief, and what do you know it? We got Nezuko just working on the fucking sword. And that caught Gyoko's attention, since he knows this is not the chief, but he is impressed by the fact that this guy, this swordsmith that he has no knowledge of, is working so hard that he hasn't even noticed his presence. This obviously pisses him off because he's an arrogant fucking prick and wants all the attention. So he goes and attacks Nezuko, and guess what? Dude doesn't give a fuck. We get his face reveal, and my god, Lee, dude looks good. And yes, he is still fucking tanking the hits and is still focused on this thing. Pure fucking determination. And the demon can't have that. He knows he can just kill him right then and there, but that's not fun for him. He wants to shatter his concentration because he's an arrogant prick. But while Muichiro is getting a lot of encouragement from his vision, Tanjiro, he does notice the small swordsmith, and he tries to break him out, but he can't. So he's prioritize protecting the chief and all. So while that was going on, a small weird ass looking fish that honestly is a nightmare to look at comes into play and starts harassing the kid. Just starts attacking him. The kid takes a very dangerous hit from his vital point, and the kid kind of knows he's probably gonna die, So he just starts blowing air into the water, so that way Muichiro can get the breath and use the breath style of mist breathing. And what's interesting about this, as he uses every strength in his body to free himself, he thinks back into how Tanjiro and his father are the same. They have the same eyes. They're kind-hearted, innocent people. And that's how the episode ends. Muichiro finally frees himself. So, next episode, what do I think? Muichiro, please do us the honor and kill this motherfucker.